Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Senia.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. I'm your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group and 813 Mortgage for 23 years right here in Tampa Bay. And we are having a great day this morning. My in-studio co-host, Senia Akishina, and myself. And Senia, I have to apologize. I didn't even start our Instagram today. I'm having so much fun in the studio. So
that's a rarity.
I know. It's a very...
Hello.
How are you doing?
Great.
How's your week going?
You know what? It's going good, but man, summer's flying by, isn't it?
Oh, you can tell. You say that again. It is like, I mean, what do we have? Like, do we even have a month of summer left
Not
for
even.
the kids?
Nope.
Not even. I don't think we have a month.
Mine goes back on August 11th.
Yeah, gosh, I just saw the schedule the other day. I think ours go back like on like the 9th or 6th. They start early, like the week before that, and it's kind of stressing me out right now. We got a couple vacations left in the summer, but I just don't feel like we have enough time. So
at least you got some vacations left.
I do have some vacations left. I'm flying out tomorrow morning. It's going to be a good time. I'll tell you guys when I get back. It's going to be a surprise where we're going, but I'll tell you we're going to a tropical island that's part of America. It is the U.S. something, and I'm sure you guys can figure that out. We'll come back next week and give you a full report on how that goes. We have a great show for you today. Matter of fact, since I'm late on the Instagram, I need to make sure I get our guest on here. I'm going to introduce him right now. We have Tommy Whitehead. Tommy is the president and CEO and founder of TOMCO, TOMCO Solutions, Inc. How you doing, Tommy?
I am doing wonderful. Little jealous of your vacation in 12 hours to the undisclosed U.S. island that we'll find out about when we listen 2 weeks from now.
Got to tease him a little bit.
Just a little bit,
right?
A little bit. But, I'm not too far behind you. I have a vacation in 2 weeks, too. So,
where are you headed?
I'm headed to Greece.
Nice.
Yes, I've never been. Of course, I thought, we'll cool off in the Mediterranean. I hear it's sweltering heat over there, and they're closing stuff down.
You might as well stay here.
I know, right? It would have saved me a lot of money.
So you told me we were chatting before we walked in. You guys are going to do Greece, and then you're doing a cruise.
We
right?
are.
Have you ever done the cruise over there before?
Yeah, so I left last year. We went out of a similar ship with Virgin, and we did a Barcelona cruise that stopped at a couple of different spots. And the Mediterranean is just glass. The water is incredible.
Yeah.
It's not like the rocking of the boat you get here in the Gulf.
Yep.
It was just phenomenal. So we immediately booked another vacation. We're like, okay, we were on this side of Italy. Let's go to the other side of Italy and see what that body of water feels like.
So let's see. So you're going to the west side now? Oh, no, you're going to the east side of Italy.
It'll be the east side.
Yeah.
The east side of Italy.
That'll be interesting. I did the one where it went to Barcelona and France and Italy.
Yes, that's what we did.
So you guys got lucky because there's some sort of pass over on the far left of the map near Spain.
Uh-huh.
And there's some like inlet they had to go through or something. And I've cruised a ton in my life. I have never experienced rocking like this. Like it was so, and I'm a boat guy. Like I have sea legs, nothing bothers me, right? Yeah. I woke up at 3 a.m. This boat was rocking so hardcore, and it was a giant Norwegian epic ship, right?
Uh-huh.
And I opened the balcony door, and it about scared the piss out of me. The waves were like, when it rocked and went to one side, they were equivalent with like my eye level, like going down. And I'm looking, I'm like, how is that possible? It's because like the boat's like, going one side and then the other. And I'm just like, okay, do I go back to sleep or do I get my life jacket on? Like I didn't know what to do. And then I started talking, the bartenders you become friends with. And they're like, yeah, that was the worst that we have ever been on in 15 years. And I'm like, yeah. Like, so like things were sliding across the deck. Things were breaking in the middle of the night. So lucky you.
Yeah.
You had that. I don't want to scare you. But what I was going to ask you was about like, was it an open loop ship? That's the first time I ever experienced that, where people get on and off at every port. That's what happened to me on that last
Yes,
one.
yeah. So every port that we stopped at, everybody got on and off.
Like
right there.
new passengers.
Oh, new passengers. No new passengers. No, it was a closed loop in that respect. So
Yeah.
you boarded and disembarked from Barcelona.
Right. Okay.
Yeah,
I just found that really weird. Have you ever done that, Sin?
Well, I'm about to go on my very first cruise
Ooh.
in a couple of weeks. So I have no cruise experience. This will be the first. Hopefully it will not be like yours.
No, it won't be. But we got to give her some advice later in the show.
Oh, yeah.
Some
Get to know the
cruising.
bartender.
Dang right.
That's number one.
Yep.
Yep.
You
And
just
then,
nailed it.
know the times on the buffets and dinner. And if you can upgrade your dining package, upgrade your dining package.
Yep.
Because those specialty restaurants are always worth it.
He took the words. Tommy took the words right out of my mouth right there. Yeah, that's it. Most important thing: find your favorite bar. First day, find your bartender, give him a nice big tip. Done.
Yep.
Like the rest of the ship, and it makes a difference, right?
And it does. And servers the same way. We had one outlet that we went to several times, and we tipped him extra each time, and he knew our name and our order and everything when we came back in.
Yeah.
How you doing today, Tommy? What's going on? It was fantastic.
Well, mine's a Disney cruise, and we just talked to somebody that went on one, and he said that you actually get the same server
You do.
every time you dine.
I heard the
so
service.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, I heard the service is impeccable on Disney.
It is.
That's
I've done
so,
one, and they are more expensive, but you get like that Disney level. You know, everything is so clean. I mean, I'm not exaggerating. The kids could probably eat off the floor at the Disney cruise. It was that good.
Oh wow!
Or you go to like a Norwegian or now Virgin's probably super
Virgin's
nice.
is super clean, super nice, and love my kid, but also love vacationing without the kid. And that's that's what Virgin does. It's adult only, and so you can go to a grown up cruise without having to worry about the little kid holding up the buffet line.
So you're gonna have to tell us. We'll have you back on the show and tell us. I've never done a Virgin cruise. I've never flown on a Virgin plane, but they're supposed to be the best.
We've done several. They even have an iPad in your room that controls the blinds. They literally open the blinds and close the blinds. Ask for room service. Control your TV with a tablet. It is very technologically advanced.
Yeah.
It is incredible, and all the dining's included.
Oh,
like
that's
even
awesome.
the specialty restaurants, there is no major schedule your dining reservations. No, you can go to each one of the specialty restaurants as many times as you want, and then they still have their commissary area that is phenomenal. I really have a fondness for the ramen station that's up there. So I just have like 3 bowls of ramen a day. It's great. In between regular meals, of course.
Of course. By the way, Sen,
We're
that's all
a
you do.
business happy hour promoting
we are.
cruising industry right now.
We are. Hey, if you guys want to send us a free cruise, Tommy and Sen and I are looking for something for next summer. Virgin, give us a call. We'll be happy. No, that's all fun. If it's summer, kids. You have any kids, Tommy?
I do. I have a 16-year-old.
Oh, God bless you. I've got a 15.
Yeah. We just got the insurance quote back. His license will be in next week. He's taking his final license exam, and it'll go up $600+ a month for just his insurance.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
A month.
I'm
That's
like, is it
crazy.
cheap? I wanted to do the math. Is it cheaper to Uber him to school than it is to take? We're close. It's very close.
It's not far off.
It's not far off.
No.
I'm like, how do people do this?
You'd be like, hey, bro, you could have a new ride every day.
Yeah.
New driver. You could sit in the back, make him wear a little hat.
Either that, I'm gonna have to build a house right next to the school. I don't know what I'm.
Speaking of building houses next to school, shameless plug here. We are going to be talking about all kinds of things about building houses, expanding your own property, ADUs, accessory dwelling units. If you've heard about that and you didn't know what the heck it was, today is the show for you. You're going to learn what is an ADU. Frank the bank here has had experience in that for about 5 years with the city of St. Pete. So I have a feeling Tommy and I are going to have a very dangerous conversation today because he's the one that builds them. Maybe you want to add on to your home. It's expensive out there right now. Cindy is going to do the stats in just a second. We're going to find out how expensive these homes are. Good news, they're not as bad as you think. But you can buy this home. You could knock it down. You could build a bigger one. You could put an addition in your backyard. You could put an addition on the home. Me, I prefer to make the mother-in-law have a little separation from you in the backyard. So that's the ADU right there.
Absolutely.
We're also going to talk about hurricanes. Believe it or not, guys, we are in hurricane season. And yes, I'm headed to the islands, and this guy's going to fly right through the eye of a storm in a couple days. But we're going to tell you guys about Hurricane Solutions. And Tommy, what's that website if people want to get ahead of the game?
So our website is TOMCOSolutions.com.
Very easy.
And we have a really cool hurricane guide right out there on our main page.
Nice.
But it's a little different than your prep guide. Okay, so it has your prep tips, but it also has recovery tips. So if you get hit, and we had so many people get hit last year.
Yep.
You don't know what to do. You're paralyzed. You're stressed. This gives you some basic steps to start taking right away before you get your insurance carrier on the phone, before you get your contractor on the phone, so you know what you're doing. And we can talk about those a little bit later in the show, but there's some key stuff out there that people have goofed up on, and it's caused them significant delays in their insurance claims. They thought they were doing right,
Right.
but they weren't, and carriers are pushing back and trying to deny. So we try to give some tips so that they aren't denying your claims, because we want you to get back home just as much as you do.
That is phenomenal. I can't wait for this part.
So
I
they
had
should
no
call
idea.
you then before the insurance company.
Usually I say yes, call us so we can get your mitigation plan in place,
Yeah.
and then yes, get to your insurance company. But insurance is a challenge everywhere, especially here in Florida, and we're still seeing our challenges. We're still seeing declined claims, and this is 8 months later.
Yeah.
Some people haven't even gotten their work started yet.
That's insanity. So, I mean, full disclosure, we had a claim and it just got approved maybe a month and a half, 2 months ago, but it was all because of contractors and trying to find someone to do it and get quotes and all that. And full disclosure, we haven't even made a decision on who the heck's going to do it now that we've got it figured out. So we have a lot of good stuff for you in the Business Happy Hour. Don't forget the website is TOMCO Solutions, TOMCO Solutions.com to check out that hurricane stuff and everything else they do. Sen, I mean, we got a minute left. I think we should hold stats for the next segment. What do you think?
Sure.
Get started. Tell me this, though. Is it good news or bad news?
I mean, I think it's just fine news.
Just fine news. She is so honest.
It's the
over
news
here.
that's been, I mean, there's not a whole lot going on in terms of like news. There's no big, but real estate is going well.
It is. It is
I'm
going
busy.
well.
We're busy at Mahara and Associates.
Yeah, I'm hearing that from a lot of agents out there, a lot of other brokers in town. It's. I think people have maybe gotten used to where the rates are. Gotten used to where the market is. I mean,
I'm seeing that. Yeah.
We're going on 3 years of having rates, between 6 something and 7 something. And did you know the national average is 6.75 over 40 years? So we're better than that right now.
Life has to go on.
It has to.
You have kids, family members change, jobs change.
Yeah.
You have to buy. You can't. You can always refinance later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Our favorite
Always
phrase.
refinance later.
We're going to take a break here on the Business Happy Hour, but we're going to leave you with our favorite phrase, which is marry the house and
Date the rate.
that's right. Sen nailed it right there. Marry the house and date the rate. That's what we're going to tell you on the Business Happy Hour. We're going to be back in just a minute with Tommy Whitehead, CEO and president of TOMCO Solutions.com. Check them out. And don't forget to call Sen for your real estate stuff and Frank the Bank when we get back from the Business Happy Hour. Give us like 60 seconds. I want to get Tommy on the on his Instagram real quick. I think. All right.
All the best mortgage or real estate advice from Tampa Bay's top experts. It's the Business Happy Hour with Frank the Bank Cotto and Senia Kishina.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome back to the Business Happy Hour, your number one show for all things business and entrepreneurial. I can't even speak today. I am in studio with Tommy Whitehead, CEO and founder of TOMCO Solutions. We're going to be talking about ADUs, accessory dwelling units. We're going to be talking about adding on to your house, renovating, tearing down, and what a lot of you really want to hear about, hurricanes, because we are in hurricane season. Thank God, nothing yet. I think we have like a kind of sort of little something out in the Atlantic right now that they're saying the conditions aren't right for, and it's just going to pass through and we're going to have more storms. Yes, I'm flying to an island tomorrow. Yes, Tommy's going to fly all the way to Europe a little bit later. Yes, then you're going to get on a cruise. So fingers crossed that we don't get hit. I think we could use 1 year off. I think it'd be nice after what happened last year. But anyway, we're going to get right into real estate stats. Tommy, if you does your volume go all the way off on your Insta?
It went all the way down.
If it does, I don't know if anybody's picking up an echo or not, but hopefully not. We'll have listeners or Instas let us know if you guys are hearing an echo, and we'll get it corrected if needed. But other than that, thank you for tuning in. And Senia Akishina from Mahara and Associates, my favorite real estate agent and co-host. Tell me, do we have good news? She said it's just news.
It's just news. I tell the stats.
Yep.
And I, pull them from somewhere and then I read it off. I don't, come up with them. I wish I did. But what I did today is actually I checked out our Florida numbers. So normally we keep it, local because real estate is hyper-local. But for Florida, sales were down about 2% year over year. So I think this is a nationwide thing. Sales are just down in general.
Only 2%, Sen, for the entire year?
Only 2% year over year in Florida, yes.
So all these posts out there saying that Florida real estate is crashing and everything is in the toilet's not true?
They take any little negative number and really, explode it. And oh my gosh.
I mean, these are the real stats.
Yeah, you have to read past the 144 characters. It's the Twitter thought. Oh, the headline says it's crashing. And then you look at it in some small little town that nobody's ever heard of, the real estate just crashed. I'm like,
exactly.
Okay, but Tampa's strong and Orlando's strong and Miami's strong. And we have to be focusing on the large scale, not the little teeny things.
Yeah, I'll have friends send me like a tidbit. Oh, prices are sinking. And I'm like, where are you getting this from?
A headline.
Headline,
Newsweek,
exactly.
FMNLP, QR, website, .QR.757.
Yeah, but the unfortunate part is
it's
so
legitimate,
many people,
totally legitimate.
Yeah.
Totally legitimate, but a lot of people just, stop there and that's it. And that's what they go around, spreading to their friends. And,
Is that like when your mom sends you a text and says, hey, look, Elon Musk invented this new plug that was going to wipe out the electricity? And I'm like, don't click on that, Mom.
Just about anything my mom sends me, I'm always like, Mom, where'd you get that? And,
It's called clickbait for a reason.
Clickbait, that's right.
Yes. So reality.
But anyway, so in Florida, the median price is $412,400, and the median days on market 67 days, and a 6-month supply. So I know you've been listening to my stats.
I have.
Locally, and obviously, these numbers, that's not where we're at. So for Hillsborough County, our median sale price is actually $430,000.
Okay.
And our median days on market is 32 days.
Oh, wow.
I mean, that's less than half than apparently all of Florida. And our month supply is 4.2.
Wow.
So, I mean, that says to me that, we live in a pretty popular area here, so, don't pick anywhere else. Come to, Hillsborough, Pinellas over here. And, our numbers are better than, I guess, the Florida-wide.
Yeah, very,
ones.
very strong. Now, how much inventory did you say we had here? 4 months?
4.2.
Interesting. So remember, listeners, when Senia says inventory, what that tells you is how much those houses are going to go up when the rates drop and how much competition you're going to have. Right? 6 months is kind of normal. 4 months is at least 30% low. So all of a sudden the rates drop and all of your neighbors decide they're going to go buy a house. Well, guess what? You're fighting over the same house.
And I think it's a given.
Given.
I mean, you said, I think on the last show that it's not a matter of if, it's when the rates go down.
Yeah.
And when they do, I guarantee you, so many buyers are going to come out of the sidelines. I know lots of them have just been waiting for, the conditions to be just right. I mean, them prices will go up. There will be competition. You'll end up paying more for your home, and you might not end up with the home you love because there's going to be other people that are trying to buy that same house.
So shouldn't you marry the house now and just date the rate?
Absolutely.
You absolutely should. So we've seen some people buy houses just to be acceptable. Then they call us and say, this is all the things we want to do. And we've told one person specifically, hey, you should knock your house down. What do you mean? We want to add a second level and we want to do this and we want to do this. Structurally, you need to knock your house down. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have bought this house. We just thought it could have been something else.
Oh.
No. If you want to make a drastic change on a house that you're buying, you need to talk to a professional first.
Well, that's very interesting. And we're definitely going to dive into this because I never knew the logistics of that. Like, you own a house, you're like, can't you just add a second story? But there's some houses you can't do that to.
That is absolutely correct. It is not it's not a Lego block. You can't just keep piling on.
Ah.
Yeah.
Does it, and I'm gonna skip ahead, but then we're gonna go back to stats. Does it matter if it's concrete block or frame if you can add on?
It's all gonna have the same issue, okay?
Oh.
And that's your geotechnical engineering.
Okay.
Can the land that's there support any heavier weight? And it probably can, but you probably have to do reinforcements on what are called footers, and that kind of holds your house up. And the footers are different for wood frame versus concrete. And so if you want to build a second level in your house, the footers were only designed to handle the load for one level. So that means to build up, we have to dig down into the foundation, install new footers that are larger. Most likely we have to do this. And then we have to do support beams or columns inside the house. Maybe they're hidden, maybe they're not, that have to support that second level structure because the house was designed that way.
Okay.
And yes, wood frame houses have the exact same problem. Even if it's not concrete, it has that load bearing capacity, and it was not designed to hold 2 stories. It was designed to hold 1 story. So when a wood framed house, it actually can get a little bit more complex because you have to install additional supports and structure. So it is a case by case basis. It's not something you can grab off the shelf and answer that question for, but it is something to consider. You just don't want to think, I'll buy this house and build up. Many times after you go through the cost of engineering, because you could be looking at $4,000 or $5,000 just to have an engineer come out and say this could be doable.
Right. Sorry,
$4,000. I need that money, and then I'll tell you the result. And then you get the result. Nope, you can't do that. Or it's going to be $40,000 to retrofit your house before you can start construction to build up.
Okay, and that's when we go and marry another house.
Marry another house, exactly.
So this is a great show. Sen and I had no idea what we were walking into, but we have more on stats for you guys. So when we get back, we already have some good news. The market is way better than what you think it is, and the clickbait, don't click on it because the truth is 2% in the state of Florida. And by the way, most house negotiations are larger than 2%. So 2% is a tiny, tiny little figure, and that's even less than your closing cost. So stay tuned. When we get back from the Business Happy Hour, Sen's going to bring us more stats, and then we're going to talk to Jason about ADUs construction. I have a big question for him about concrete versus frame. So stay tuned to the Business Happy Hour. We'll be back in just a minute.
Welcome to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, the owner of Lincoln Lending Group right here in Tampa Bay for 23 years. Joined by his incredible co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara and Associates, Tampa's top real estate company. Together, they have helped finance and close nearly $1 billion of real estate every year. If you're looking for local mortgage or real estate advice, the Business Happy Hour team has been right here on News Radio WFLA for over a decade. Listen right here or find us on the Business Happy Hour YouTube channel or follow us on Instagram at Frank the Bank Cotto. Now sit back, relax, and get ready for some serious mortgage, real estate, and business talk with two of Tampa's top experts. Here's Frank the Bank and Senia.
Hey, Tampa Bay, welcome to the Business Happy Hour again. We're having a great show here with Senia Akishina from Mahara and Associates, one of my favorite real estate teams in all of Tampa Bay. And guys, they are busy. It is not slow out there. There is competition. I'm willing to bet, Senia, you guys are seeing multiple offers on some of your homes here and there in certain neighborhoods.
We are, yes.
Which, you know, guys, the market's real. You got to marry a house and date the rate. But I don't want to get right into this because Senia has prepared a lot of good stats for you. And I love it when she does it because she just debunked every piece of clickbait in the state of Florida that our market is only down by 2% in the entire state, and 2% is nothing on a $400,000 average price home. You're literally talking about $8,000. That is it. So if you're out there and you think you're going to lose a home for $8,000, you're not in the right market, right? But Sen, tell us more about these stats, and then we'll get back to Tommy.
Well, I mean, you kind of put me on the spot because, I covered the majority of them. So these are our main numbers.
Yes.
I am excited to see our June numbers, which come out at the end of this month. But overall, though, new pending sales are up 4.6%. So I do think that that's going to be an improved June stat for us in terms of closed sales.
Pending sales are up 4.6?
Pending.
So pending. Okay, by the way, listeners, what pending means is it's under contract. Right?
Yes.
That means that sale is in process and it is pending closing.
Yes.
So you're right. That could lead to a very good June.
Yes.
Stats, because we're looking at the May right now, right?
Yep.
So what's your overall outlook right now? Where do you think? I mean, we're in summer. It's the busy time. You're about to throw out the summer stats starting the next week or two. Do you think they're going to be good?
I do. Yes.
I
I'm
do too.
optimistic. And I mean, like you said, I do think that a lot of people are kind of getting used to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think some of them are just sick of sitting in the sidelines. They're like, you know what? It is what it is. Interest rates have, ticked down a little bit, and, people are out there looking for homes.
Yeah, I agree. And let's talk rates real quick. Actually, Cynthia, people probably want to call you after hearing all this good news. What's the best way to do that?
Sure, yes. 813-755-REAL. I would love to hear from you and help you buy a home or sell a home.
Yes.
It's a good time to do both.
Or just talk about the market.
Or just talk about the market.
Right.
You don't even have to do either. But yeah, if we want to just, talk game plan and, when is a good time, which I do think it's now, but maybe, next year might be better for you and we can start preparing.
Yeah, don't feel obligated. Sorry, Tommy.
Yeah.
Don't feel obligated, guys, when we're giving you our numbers and stuff. You don't have to wait until you are literally going to look at a home. We are here to educate, inform, advise, and guide you. Matter of fact, that's the Lincoln Lending Group logo, founded 23 years ago. Educate, inform, and guide. So you have to call us, and then we will help you out. So give Sen a call to talk about the real estate market in the area you want or what house is right for you at
813-755-REAL. And call Frank, because I really think that when people just look at the headlines or do the calculators that they have available, on Bankrate, your numbers are better.
Yes, thank you.
So get the real number, talk to a real professional,
Right.
Someone that, does this on a day-to-day, go over your situation, and you might just be surprised,
Yeah, don't read, just like we're telling you not to read the clickbait, because we know the market is not down by 20%. Florida's not going underwater. We're not, falling into the ocean or anything. The rates we are locking right now in the 5s on government rates. I mean, 5.5 just got locked on Monday. That's way lower than if you Google bankrate.com. So do your research. Go to contactfrankthebank.com. Easiest way to find me, contactfrankthebank.com. We'll get you an answer right away, and that goes directly to my staff. Anything else on stats? That's great news.
Well, you know what? Not quite a stat, I guess, but I saw a Fortune article
Oh, tell me.
the other day, which I found really interesting. But did you know that over 30 million homeowners do not have a mortgage?
Oh,
Really?
my Lord.
So I kind of did know a little bit
Okay.
about that because in the investment world, they talk about untapped equity.
Uh-huh.
And that the traditional advice is pay your house off so you don't have a mortgage.
Right.
Now, the untraditional advice and the wealth building advice now is, okay, you can lock in at 5.5% if you just give Frank a call and he can help you with that 5.5% equity loan. Then you're investing that in something and making 15%. So now your mortgage, your house that you live in, is no longer overhead. It's an investment vehicle that is paying you to do nothing every month. There's a ton of investment professionals out there. Now, don't go on your latest cryptocurrency kind of craze. Don't think you're going to get rich quick. But if you talk to an actual investment advisor, an actual business broker, talk to professionals, they can help you take that equity out of your house, invest it, and make passive income.
That's right.
You're paying
Sure.
your mortgage off and making a profit on it. And you could deduct it all as business. Consult your tax advisor.
I know you got that financial background, but no, I'm guessing most of those people probably are, over 60.
Yeah.
And I mean, for those, like, why not,
A reverse
go to
mortgage.
you and do the reverse mortgage.
So to sum this up real quick, the reverse mortgage makes you have no payment. The interest is deferred against the principal balance if you're over 55 on one program, 62 on the other. And exactly what Tommy said, a lot of financial advisors send me their clients because they have all this equity that you can't take with you. You put it on a reverse mortgage. You actually lower your monthly payment because you have none, and now you're investing and making money on it.
Yeah, and you're only, if you want to, correct me if I'm wrong, but you can make an interest-only payment on those as well. So you're not accruing additional interest. It's not growing the principal balance. Your principal balance can stay the same every month. It can always be the $100,000 you took out.
Yep.
You just pay the $300 in expenses, but you're making $700, $1,000, $1,500 by using the equity in your house.
Yes.
And we talk to people about that sometimes. They're like, hey, this is the last 20 years. This is your retirement years. Are you living in the house you're happy with?
That's it.
You can't take it with you. What do you want to do with that?
Yeah. So many people are so rich via equity and they have no idea and they don't know how to use it. So that's what we're trying to do with contactfrankthebank.com. Just reach out. We'll find out right away what you can do. Tommy, let's focus on you. I want to make sure we talk about that. We've got lots of questions for you. So you founded TOMCO Solutions. How long ago?
I did it in 2018.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So we've been around for a little
long
bit.
time, man.
Long time.
You guys are going on 8 years in business.
We are going on 8 years in business. We started pretty small, and now we have an internal team of at least 13. We keep adding to those numbers. It gets crazy.
Yeah.
And we're expanding drastically.
And so tell us real quick, in a 10,000 foot, what services do you provide before we get granular?
So I tell people that I build homes and I build community. And we'll talk about the building community part later.
Okay.
But for building homes, anything from your kitchen renovation, you want to keep that rate and you just don't want to refinance, but this is your forever home. Let's change that 1980s kitchen out for you. Let's upgrade to ADA bathrooms for grandma moving in or mom moving in so that there's grab bars, so there's roll-in showers. Let's get impact windows installed so maybe you can get a little break in your insurance rates and secure your house in case of a storm, all the way up to, hey, we have a vacant piece of land and we want to build a house. We can do that too. And then I know you kind of touched on it and I waited till the last, but ADUs. Accessory dwelling units, are the big touching point right now.
Right.
Because if you renovate your kitchen, it just brings you up to the market rate. You don't add square footage, you don't add money. But when you create an ADU in your yard, you're creating extra square footage, which increases the value of your property. So unlike a renovation, which you can't necessarily recoup right away, you could spend $150,000 on an ADU and your equity could theoretically increase by $150,000 or sometimes more. You literally can make an investment out of your own property.
Right.
And then if you're renting that out, and some people do that, they don't want just, your mother-in-law, and that's a great spot. Keep the mother-in-law out of the main house, but you can still get to her if you need to. But if you want to use it to make some passive income, and it depends on your jurisdiction, you can have a rental unit. Now, listen, your net cash flow might be zero after your mortgage goes out and your rent comes in.
Right.
But it's paying down the principal of that mortgage every time. And then there's tax savings on all of that if you're using it as an investment vehicle.
Right.
Which you talk to your tax professional about, but you can take advantage of depreciation. You can take advantage of reducing rates on your management fees or deducting all that. And so what you're doing is you're taking that hunk of land in your backyard that is not useful right now. It's too hot to be outside. And you're making it making it revenue producing, and you're increasing the value of your property. And you've got some cool programs where people can borrow on future equity, right?
That's exactly right.
Yeah. And so you call Frank and Frank says, hey, yeah, we can do this for you. How big of an ADU do you want? Okay, if we're going to do 300 square feet, then we can build that 300 square feet, and this is how much we can lend you. Let's go shop for a contractor with you.
Yeah.
And so we work with banking professionals to do that. And then we bring more money to you, and it should be paying for itself if you're renting it out.
That's exactly right. And I'm going to make it real easy for you guys. It is called a renovation loan. There's two ways to get to this money. You can either take out a home equity line of credit, which is going to be a little higher interest rate, but let's say you got a 3.5% rate on that first mortgage you don't want to touch. That's great. Take out that equity line at 7.875. You start giving the money to Tommy and his company as they need the draws to get your ADU done. You control your own money. That's a really neat, easy way to do it. Another way is called a renovation loan. And what Tommy's talking about in adding equity and extra value to your house is when you add square footage, that's the easiest way to add value. You need square footage for value. If you renovate your house, you're only as good as the nicest house in the neighborhood. Okay. Yep. But if you add 500 square feet or 800 square feet in your backyard, well, now you're being comped to a whole nother house, a whole different square foot floor plan. That's how you get it. Now, we do a renovation loan, and we actually use the future value of the home. So we're giving credit for this square footage that Tommy is adding to your home. Mm-hmm. That's how you guys get to do that. It's very easy through a renovation loan. Contact frankthebank.com for that. But to find Tommy, we got to go to TOMCO Solutions, TOMCO Solutions.com. What else can they do, Tommy?
Okay, so you can also do an addition, which is similar to an ADU, depending on your market or where you're at, your zoning laws. But say you want to add on that extra suite. You know, your family's growing, and you don't want to go out and buy something else, and you don't want to move your whole family. We can partition off your house and build an extra suite.
That's exactly right. And we're going to pick up on that when we get back from the break. Tommy is an experienced radio guy. I can already tell. He reads cues very well. So we're going to come back with Tommy from TOMCO Solutions. That's TOMCOSolutions.com in just a minute. And don't forget, if you need to talk real estate, it's 813-755-REAL. I got you sent on this one. We're going to be back in just a minute. I'm going to ask him that important question about frame versus block. Stay tuned.
Let's get back to the Business Happy Hour radio show with your host, Frank the Bank Cotto, owner of Lincoln Lending Group, and his co-host, Senia Akishina, realtor with Mahara & Associates.
Hey, this is Frank the Bank from Lincoln Lending Group. We're back on the Business Happy Hour. We've got a great show for you guys. Hopefully you've heard most of the show already. We have great news on stats. Cinia just gave us some great news that the market is only down 2% in the state of Florida. Quick asterisk, we're not throwing out all the condo numbers in there because the condo market is it's completely separate right now. And if you need a condo, we're not going to waste too much time, but there are some really, really good deals on condos if you can come in and buy them maybe without financing. And as long as these reserve studies go well for those condos, a lot of them are getting redone, refurbished, the beaches are being done. Mark my words, next year is the year of condos in the state of Florida. All these brand new renovated condos, all the restaurants, the beaches, everything is just kind of got a clean slate. Let's put it that way, right? It might have been Mother Nature who gave us the clean slate. We didn't order it, but nonetheless, I'm looking forward to a great condo market next year. So Tommy Whitehead, CEO and founder of TOMCO Solutions.com, by the way. I've been teasing a little bit on this. We know you build homes, you do ADUs, you do renovations. You have that awesome hurricane immediate prep guide, not just the, hey, go put batteries and stuff in your trunk.
Yeah, prep and recovery.
Recovery guide, which I'm going to check out as soon as we get off the air. I want to ask you this question because this always comes up in real estate circles, investor circles. It's frame versus block. Okay. Maybe we should talk specific to hurricanes first. Is one better than the other? I've always heard frame can flex, block can't, so frame isn't as bad as people think. What do you think?
So let's talk about Florida because this is where we're recording the show, right? All right. So let's talk about not hurricanes first, and let's talk about the biggest problem we have with stick build or frame houses here.
Termites.
It's termites.
Mm-hmm.
It's termites. I have a 100-year-old house. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. And I just want to do some drywall work. You open up the drywall and find out an entire wall is destroyed and the drywall was the only thing holding it up.
Yeah.
And I've literally had this happen. We've had to reframe an entire house once.
Yeah.
Because we said, hey, we're going to stop working because your house is going to collapse. Well, you didn't tell me that. Well, we don't want to go forward with it. No. We can't just put the drywall back up now. This could kill you.
Right.
We can't do this.
Yeah.
Yes. So for nothing else, if we had the perfect weather and never had another storm here in Florida, and I can guarantee you that, I would still go with block because we are subtropical climate.
Mm-hmm.
Termites thrive in these large clouds, and they are all over the Tampa Bay area.
Right.
All over. We went to do an addition on one house and found out all the truss work on the house that was being lived in was all destroyed. We had to pause that. That was $30,000 extra for the homeowner that they did not expect.
Oh.
But they said, well, we'll just cover it up. No, I don't cover anything up. I'm not going to do anything that's going to harm you or your family.
Right.
So they had to go through the process of, while living in the house, truss by truss, replacing it, which is a lot more expensive than a new build when you can just throw them up.
Right.
So for just that purpose alone, you definitely want block. The other benefits of block is it is more hurricane resilient. Now, most houses you're going to see that are 2 levels are block on the bottom,
right,
and frame on the top, and that's okay.
Mm-hmm.
Whenever you can have full concrete, full block, that is your best.
Okay.
You're typically, and I'm not an insurance professional. We do a lot of work though, but you're going to see slightly better rates.
Right.
In insurance for the blocks, it's safer for your family. It's going to have a higher impact level. Or window there, and it's less maintenance. As long as you paint or maintain the outside, is all those stucco problems, and I'm sure you probably seen these stucco trying to like sheathe off the side of the house.
Yep.
That's because somebody didn't want to paint every 5 years.
Mm.
You know, a $3,000 paint job could have saved a $30,000 stucco job. And so maintenance is key. But yeah, you definitely want to go with block. We don't ever recommend anything wood frame here unless you already have a wood frame house and we're doing an addition or a change to that. We can do wood frame structures. Of course, it's still legal. We still go through the architecture and engineer like anything else, but we always push against it. Always. And now we're starting to see some volatility in lumber prices with potential tariffs.
Yep.
You know, today there's a tariff, tomorrow there's not. Today there's a tariff, tomorrow there's not. And so we don't know if your lumber prices are going to be 20% more expensive tomorrow or 150% more expensive tomorrow, with most of our lumber coming from out of the country.
Good point.
So at least the block is regulated a little better.
Beautiful. All right. So the rest of the show is yours. I had to get that question out there to everybody. So we've just dispelled the rumors. Then if you have your frame, you're good. If you got your block, keep your block. And if you want to build, add some block.
Yeah.
All right. So what else? Other things that we do, the ADUs, I think, is huge. I know you're doing What are your customers looking for right now? What are the most popular things?
So we're seeing anything from mom's getting older. She has a house up in Maryland and needs to sell it, and we want to just put this on our property.
Right.
To, hey, I need a studio space, because a lot of people went to work from home with COVID and did not go back into the office. I mean, even our company's hybrid. We're on job sites all the time. Why maintain an office space? So we are not in the office frequently. And then we have people looking for that studio or office space in the back. Hey, I can work from home now. Those are key. I think they add to the resale value. When you're trying to send, you can answer this, when you're trying to sell a house and they've got this bonus studio, this bonus room, this bonus guest room that's separate, that really helps.
Sure. I mean, if it's done properly,
Yes.
and you got the AC and, heat vents all properly done, absolutely. That's extra square
permits.
footage. So yes, more square footage, adds value. Absolutely.
Yeah, not a tough shed that you put up some drywall in without a permit.
And
that doesn't
permits,
count.
that's important to do it right. I mean, we
Yes.
do still, have some resales, and somebody did an addition, 30 years ago, and nobody knew what was done, how it was done. So those are a little tricky, but yes, to have you come in and do it the right way, that would absolutely add value.
Yeah, if we have a second, I'd love to talk about our hurricane recovery, because there's been a couple of unique instances happening right now.
We've got 2 minutes. It's all yours.
All right. So for those of you that don't know, the FEMA 50 rule, or 49%, means that if you need to repair, or the cost of repairs is over 49% of your structure value, not your land and structure, just the structure value, they're requiring you to raise your house, lift it up, or knock it down and rebuild it. In many instances, you could spend $150,000 to $200,000 just to raise the house. It's way cheaper for a 1950s or 60s house to get knocked down, because you have to upgrade your electrical and plumbing and windows and everything else. So it gets cheaper. So what we're seeing is investors coming in, and these aren't the great investors. These are the bad guys that come in and kill all your equity, because people don't know what to deal with.
Yep.
But if you call us, if you call Frank, if you call Sen, there's ways to work around this. And we've started telling people, hey, your disaster-torn house could be an investment opportunity for you now. It's not your house anymore. So we can knock it down. Frank can finance it. We can rebuild it. And we'll build it to the maximum size of your lot, so that you're getting a beachfront property or a waterfront or water-adjacent property that's now flood protected. And if you can't service the mortgage, or you don't want to go from $1,500 to $3,000 a month in payments, or 1,500 square feet to 3,000 square feet, you can call Sen, and she can, at the very end, sell the house for you, and then all the equity you recap instead of giving it to somebody else. It's a year, it's a pain in the butt, but you get more money in your account at the end of that year.
I love it. I think you nailed everything, Jay. It's been an amazing show between you and Sen, talking about getting the extra value. What can you do? I'll tell you what you guys can do is you go to TOMCOSolutions.com. You get to meet Tommy. You talk to him. Then you talk to Sen at 813-755-REAL. And you create a strategy. Eventually, Frank will come in. We'll figure out how you're going to finance this strategy. But this is where I want you guys to start. Tommy, it's been a great show. Thank you for coming.
This was wonderful. I can't wait to do it again. If I'm invited again, I would love to come and chat with you guys. I always get great information here.
You will. Well, thanks for coming,
Thank
Senia.
you, Tommy. Yeah, so nice to meet you.
Yes, we'll see you guys next week on the Business Happy Hour.